Hello everyone, it's Dom and
Nathan,
Boomer and
Zuma.
back again for the Boomer and Zuma podcast. We're keeping up our reputation of doing one of these podcasts about once a quarter. This has got to be about 5 or 6.
That's so bad, isn't it?
2.5 years.
We started it in end of 2020, didn't we?
Yeah, end of 2020, early 2021. And we always have this conversation
It's
as well.
terrible, isn't it? That's really bad. I know, but only when you put it in perspective, it's like, wow, that's quite bad.
But I kind of like it because we've sat down. I said to Nathan beforehand, what should we talk about? And Nathan, you were like, well, we'd just chat.
Shit, and that's all we do. That's all we do, yeah. There's probably a million topics we could talk about, but like, yeah, there's nothing. Don't take it too seriously, do we? Yeah.
And would you say we've upgraded or a sidestep? Because at Insomnia last year we had a white leather couch, courtesy of the TF2 community group.
Yeah.
Can't remember what they're called now, community TF2.
Yeah.
And now we've got this red
velvet.
It's quite romantic, this.
You said it, not me.
Red velvet, yeah.
It's nice, it's nice. I'm presuming this is on brand for the whole event's red, isn't it?
Yeah,
We're
we're at the ALGS Apex Legends Split 2 playoff.
We should have said that, shouldn't we? Yeah, Copbox Arena. Yep, that's where we are.
I'll be honest, like guys, I don't have the knowledge of Apex Legends. Hannah, shout out to Hannah. Luckily, is doing some stuff for Esports News UK, and she's sort of like my brains of the weekend.
She's the expert. Yeah, she's the expert.
Yeah, and it's first things first, Nath. Like compared to MSI at League of Legends, I will say this. Fewer seats here with the layout, fewer fans, but it's got a nice community feel to it, and you can just tell the difference between League of Legends. League of Legends is really well established. You know, Hannah and I have heard news that in the league world someone else would have published quickly, whereas this, you know, it's slightly different, and we're getting a chat with EA about it and all of that stuff. But yeah, you can tell Apex Legends is not as mature as a game like League of Legends in terms of its life cycle and the content creators and the ecosystem around it and all that stuff.
I don't think Copbox has been utilised to its best ability too yet. We've had how many events? We've had a lot of events here. This is my 4th now esport event at Copbox.
Yeah,
so there's
a
two,
good handful.
Yeah, there's 2 Call of Duty ones I went to, which first was like split open bracket main stage. Then it was the Royal Ravens event. Then it was obviously MSI, which utilised it the best so far, I think.
League in between
Rocket
that as
League,
well,
yeah.
World Champs, and then Spring Major last year.
Yeah, true. I would like to see the typical Worlds, what League do a lot, where it's like a venue in the middle and the seats all around, because, well, this is a basketball court, or at least what it was built for, the Copbox Arena. Like, you can go all the way round. It's just everyone splits it. And
I'd like to see that, but it depends on the game. Actually, I think it's fine with League. You see in the front or the back supply.
Yeah, and also logistically for an event team, it's just much easier to have everything cut off behind the scenes. Do you know what I mean? When it's in the middle, it's like you've got to have little pockets of kind of like tech areas that kind of like, everyone can see. Do you know what I mean? Which maybe ruins the experience a little bit. But I thought MSI was cool. It was freezing at MSI though in the Copbox Arena. I thought it was quite hot in there today.
It's not. I didn't find MSI too bad.
Do you not? I had to go.
I was in the press room a lot.
Spent £100 on one of their hoodies because I was freezing. I was so freezing. Yeah, I had to.
They're £100.
They were £100. Yeah, expensive. Yeah, I know.
£100 for a hoodie.
It's fine. It's a good hoodie, but Jesus Christ.
Is that the cream one with MSI Defy? I like that. Yeah, I got
one
of
those hats, but they didn't have any like the.
With Hot Job, you should be getting free MSI goodies.
Should I? Why?
Oh, you're Nathan Edmonds.
Yeah, you sound like Nardwar then, didn't you? Just before this we were speaking about Nardwar, who's like a music interviewer, would you call him? Yeah, specifically around rap typically, but kind of does everyone. And his style is when they go, how do you know that? He goes, well, you're Nathan Edmonds. Yeah, that's the style.
And I think Ruddy have been inspired by that with some of their interviews. And actually, some of the esports journalism talks I've done at universities and colleges, I use Nardwar. Where I've done longer talks, I've used Nardwar as an example. He interviewed, what's the guy? NERD guy. I can't think of his name now. Rapper dude, bald. I can't think Pharrell from NERD. Pharrell Williams, I think. He interviewed him, and Pharrell was literally gobsmacked. He's like, this is literally the best interview I've ever done. Is this the best interview you've ever had?
Could be. We'll find out at the end. Yeah.
What was I going to say? Also, with Copperbox, the seats remind me of like an ice hockey match. The multicoloured seats.
I find is that not typical basketball though? I think
as well. I've never been to a live basketball
I think that's
match.
Typical to a basketball.
Billericay School when I used to play basketball. Shout out to Billericay School.
shout out. Yeah, I think it's typical to basketball. But yeah, like, it would be cooler if they could all be branded up. You know, when you go to a football stadium, it's like when nobody sat down, it's all a certain colour and it maps out a certain logo or something. Like you go to Trafford. Is it Old Trafford? If you go to Old Trafford, then yeah, it's an experience when there's no, regardless if there's people in or not.
Saying that, when I go to Arsenal, I could be wrong here, but I don't think they have the Arsenal logo on the seats. I think the seats are just red.
It's
but
just red, isn't it?
It's the manager's area. They have the logo.
Got you, okay, yeah.
But it's a nice touch.
I think at some, all of them have like a slight. So when you look at it from a distance, all of it
I know what you mean.
It maps out, whatever you call that. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. My God, we've already been on like 6 different tangents, and we've only 5 minutes in.
Nardwar, Ruddy, Copper Box. Well, Copper Box is a good start.
Yeah,
Arsenal.
Thrown in there.
We've literally got no, plan for this. Is there anything else that's happening in esports at the moment? I know you've been busy. You've been abroad, haven't you, Nathan?
Yeah, I've been a couple places. Went Berlin for one of our clients to do like a little shoot, which is really cool. And the video will be out. I can't talk about any of like obviously what we do because it's super white label stuff. But it was a really cool project, which I got to. It was not my first experience kind of producing, but my first proper project from pitching stage to being on site and like organising the people recording it and the people featured, which is really cool, and it turned out really well. The client's happy, video soon to be posted, so I'm hoping it goes well down with the audience as well. But it's been busy, man. Good busy though, real good busy. Obviously I think it was last month, it was a year at Hot Drop too, and it's nearly come up to a year that since we did our last Boomer and Zoomer at Insomnia, if you remember that, which was August, wasn't it?
We say our last one. We did one on stream randomly that I published, but it was an impromptu sort of thing.
Yes, yeah, I do remember that.
These are a bit better quality sitting down. We could get a TikTok from this. Give me a TikTok clip now.
The last one was the Tom Kent, wasn't it? Do you remember the?
What was it? It was I lick him, eat him, take him to my tower, spit him out.
Yeah. I'll think of something. I'll think of something for this episode.
Because I saw you've changed, haven't you, to the bot lane? What happened? You were a top lane god up there in gold and plat.
So obviously, me and my duo, he likes to switch things up quite often. So we'll play a bit of that. I play mid lane mostly at the moment, like 90% of my games.
It's not good for. Does he not know the rules of climbing? Stick to a position, free champs.
Well, you tell him that, mate, because he doesn't listen. So, but he mostly plays jungle, but also like want to play a bit of top, want to play a bit of bot lane. I play Malzahar mid only these days. That's all I play.
You were good with him in our 2v2s at last Christmas.
Yes, yeah, that we lost, but.
I let you down. I was out of position, but I was only out of position by like a centimetre with Lux.
I had to get some sweats though. They probably prepped for it, didn't they? Yeah, they did prep for it. We need to do that again, man. I'm so keen for 2v2 again.
Hopefully my next one, it's no real secret because I've been talking to people. I want to do my first one in the north, and I'm hoping to do an ARAM tournament. So groups of 5 and an ARAM tournament, but I need to get a sponsor on board. To make it happen, but it may be pushed back a bit, but hopefully that's the next one.
That'd be cool. Yeah, I love playing League, and especially love playing League like in person. I've only done it like a couple of times, but it's so fun, isn't it? It's so fun because like when people sat behind you or watching you, and it's cool.
I love it in person League, 1v1, 2v2s, whatever, 5v5. I haven't played League in a long time, Nathan. I've seen the season is ending.
Yeah,
next few days.
Split in half now, isn't it? Yeah, which is the first time they've done it, which is fine. And then they've added, what was it? Emerald, was it the new rank?
That's it.
Between plat and diamond? Yeah. I'm not even a plat, so I can't even.
Well, this is the first season. I'm a bit disappointed about this, guys. I've been playing League since whatever it is, season 3, 2012, something around there, 2013. It's first season I'm not silver because I haven't played it much, so I got put in bronze, but I haven't played to climb quickly. I could probably get there in a day or two, but I know people might be watching and say, yeah, all right, Dom. But because I haven't played... this is a stain on my OpGG profile now because I'm silver, gold, silver. Now I'm going to be bronze.
Carry on with the interview. No, that you're bronze. That's
terrible.
terrible.
I'm not iron.
I need to go. Bronze, Dom. Fucking hell, that's terrible, mate.
Bronze medal is better than no medal, isn't it?
Yeah, if you're in the top 3. In League terms, it's not. It's at the top fucking...
The top 3 in my household. There's 2 3-year-olds, a
so.
6-year-old,
Yeah,
and another 37-year-old. Actually, my wife's a bit older than me, 38.
Mate, I was playing with TFT with Kiernan, ex-Scoundrel, the other day, and he said absolute rogue opinion that he was the best in the company at Hot Drop. One, we've got Joe, who's an ex-professional who played on main stage. Do you remember Joe Kent? Joeikism?
Oh yeah, Jokerism.
Yeah, Jokerism.
Jokerism. How's it? He ain't better. I've ganked Ex-Scoundrel. Ex-Scoundrel, I ganked you in the charity match Esports News UK in 2016, mid lane.
Call him out.
Right?
And did he fuck up?
We won that match. Okay, we had Crane with us in the top lane carrying us, but the rest of us were like silver golds from what I remember. He was diamond at the time.
Yeah. He's not the best in the company, I'll tell you that.
Jokerism was
Joe's wicked. Joe's wicked. Obviously played on like main stage. And
let's get a Jokerism versus Ex-Scoundrel 1v1 going.
Oh, it's not even close. Yeah, Kiernan I think would probably back out at that point. Yeah, but Kiernan thinks he's better than me, which is ludicrous.
Well, he used to be Diamond though, but Diamond 6-7 years ago is probably plat gold now.
Yeah, he's so washed now, man. But we were playing TFT. You ever played TFT?
I like it. I just haven't had loads of time to play it. I've been playing console games.
Really?
Because the thing is, I'm writing about League and all this stuff. When it gets to the end of I was going to talk about this actually. Now, what are you playing at the moment, and get your thoughts on that Gollum game, because I know Lord of the Rings. Terrible. But I'm playing Cyberpunk at the moment. I'm really enjoying it. Yeah, on PS4, which isn't supposed to be that good, but to me it looks fine. I haven't bought a PS5 because I don't need to yet. You know, I know there's Final Fantasy 16 on there. I'll get it eventually, but I have such a backlog of games. I have loads of games built up. I don't really need to spend money on games because I've got all these to get through. I'm really enjoying it. Doing all the I'm 40 hours in and I'm barely through the main quest.
I couldn't get onto Cyberpunk. What race did you pick at the start, or what group?
Street Kid, I think.
Oh really? I went with like the robot elites. What were they called?
What is it? Corpos.
Corpos, Corpos. But I was like 6 hours and I couldn't have fun. I don't know.
I got about 6 hours in, then I put it down, and then I started playing Final Fantasy VII Remake, which I got about halfway through, and then for some reason I switched to Cyberpunk, and I've just got into it now. I've got the Mantis blades on my arms and all of that. Yeah, I'm enjoying it. But yeah,
you seem like a Diablo player. Do you not play Diablo?
I used to love Diablo 2. Me and my friend, one of my IRL friends, and that's where my old gamer tag name Blue Streak comes from in League of Legends, because I was a sorceress with a frost sorceress, a streak of blue. Diablo 3 I quite enjoyed, and the expansion, but then the mobile game came out that was mobile and PC, and I didn't think much of it. And then the Diablo 4, because of my lowered sort of expectations, I haven't bothered to play it.
And it's really good. Like Heather, Kiernan, I think a couple other people in the company are like proper sweating it out. It looks good. Someone offered me like a code for it, but I was just like, I don't need another game that's just going to drag it. Like I can't pump that many hours into it. Do you know what I mean? I really can't.
I got a code for Evercore Heroes, I think it's called. So it's a few ex-Riot Games people. I did a story on it a couple of years ago.
Actually, yeah.
And I haven't been. I want to play the beta and do an article on my thoughts on it. But because I've been playing Cyberpunk, and even Cyberpunk, I get about half an hour to an hour a day. That's it. After the kids are asleep.
Yeah, it takes a lot.
You mainly League then?
Mainly League. I got getting into Destiny 2. We were playing Destiny 2 a little bit, but it's real grindy, and also because it's quite annoying. I didn't know Destiny 1 to Destiny 2. There's no advantage to playing Destiny 1 other than a bit knowing the story, obviously. But I thought it was the same game. I sweated Destiny 1 back in the day. Like that was my main game. And then when I downloaded Destiny 2, I get nothing. There's no overlap from Destiny 1, so it's like I'm a fresh start. They've made the game free now, but obviously locked everything behind like DLC, paywalls, and all that. So there's 15 DLCs I have to play, and it's a bit overwhelming. Do you know when there's too much in the game to do, and it's like, it's not even fun because I don't know where to start. Do you know what I mean? So me and Gid are trying to grind that out a little bit, but that's not too hopeful. We play like an hour and then we're like, let's go play League. Drags us back.
And Genge, to anyone, it's Ellis Genge, right? The England rugby player.
Yes, sir.
Friends in high places. No? You met him through Excel, didn't you?
I met him through Excel, yeah. It was a funny story how we met. It was quite weird. But he is in camp at the moment because the World Cup starts very soon. So fingers crossed. He's
playing League, wasn't it? They did a bit of content because Excel used to be at Twickenham Stadium, right? So you had the rugby players there.
That's how we followed each other on Twitter, I think, because of that. And that was I never watched rugby before that point. Yeah, I don't follow. Yeah, I don't follow it much at all.
You told Genge it's boring.
Yeah, I
watch?
don't. No, I don't. I watch it because he plays, and that's what I find interesting. Because I'm like, oh, I'm supporting him. But then if he goes off for like 60 minutes, I'm like, oh, well, I'm out. I'm like, I don't care anymore. You know what I mean? But no, he was. We followed each other, and then I think I did. So I broke up with my first girlfriend in like about July 2020. And I did like this really wet tweet that was like, oh, I feel really sad. Whatever it was, I don't know. And Gens DM'd me and was like, oh, are you right, mate? Do you want to play League? And then we just picked up after that point. And then yeah, it's basically every night now that we.
That was a nice thing, like
yeah,
a bro thing.
It was nice. Yeah, he's a good mate.
Yeah.
But yeah, we just can't get into Plat, man. It's not.
You were in Plat last year for a bit.
Yeah, that was off season though, so I don't think it counts. You know what I mean? Yeah. I just want Plat, man. I can't do it. I get matched with these absolute fucking zoo animals in my games. It's
I
mental.
get that as well.
It's a mental, Dom. There's some shit I play with. Mental. Like I'll play fine in mid lane, and Malzahar's not like a super impactful champion early game. Do you know what I mean? Like once I get 6, you should just gank my lane. It's a free kill. But my bot lane, I like fucking dogs. They're just so shit. So shit. Every game, Dom, I lose.
I get 'em.
Because of my bot lane. They're fucking terrible.
That's why I started moving to support last season and having some success there. Because support, is kind of linked with jungle, isn't it? You're warding, you're roaming.
Support is the role to climb in, apparently.
Yeah,
because
they do.
you
and
get to control your ADC.
And I think, like, when I started League, you were advised, or the pros and whoever the streamers and that would advise you not to play support many years ago because you had it wasn't a carry role. Whereas now it is. You're supporting carries, and and if you pick a support that's like a mage or an artillery mage or whatever, Lux or Xerath, you can carry in the late game as well. So
it is interesting because arguably it's the easiest role to get into, and it's the most impactful role, depending on the game state, of course. But yeah, supports always have a much easier time to climb because they get to control the temperament of their nutcase ADC. All ADC players, nutcase.
And also, people in my elo don't really use sweepers. So if I pick sometimes I go up against a enemy support who doesn't have a sweeper, or the jungler on my team is not using sweeper. Although I'm a jungler, I don't like to use sweepers too much.
Also in bronze, by the way.
I use Umbral Glaive, and I've spoken to high elo people, and they've said that's broken in low elo. I don't know if they've changed the item compared to last year, but I use Umbral Glaive every whatever it is 60 seconds detecting the wards, and then I'll keep popping wards. And the reason I do that is because my team is so rubbish at putting wards down. And then I just use pink wards to get rid of other wards,
And who do you play? You play Vi and Evelyn, right?
I like Vi, Evelyn. Last year I was playing Diana a bit. This year I haven't played much, but I like other champs like Warwick and people like that. Jarvan I've been okay with.
You should try the mid lane with Static Shiv. You heard about Static Shiv?
I like mid. I like playing mid as well. It's one of my roles. Vigar, I like a mix of control mages and also artillery mages. Yeah. But I like, champs I like playing mid. Anivia, Vigar, Xerath, champs like that. Lux sometimes. I want to try Nico because I like stealth champs and all the stuff you can do.
It looks quite fun. In bronze that will go far, I think. Nobody will know what's going on. Do you know what I mean?
I've got all this stack of games. Red Dead Redemption 2, I haven't played it. Like all these games, God of War remake on the PS4, I haven't played. I've got them all downloaded. Uncharted 4, I want to get through them. So League is gonna have to take a backseat for me for a while. But I'll play with friends and stuff. Just give me a shout.
Yeah, God of War is amazing, real good. I haven't played Ragnarok. I'll be honest, but I don't think I need to. But first God of War, wow, yeah, real good.
Talking of good games then, so as a Lord of the Rings fan, Nath, what do you think of Gollum? I would have liked for them to have done the story of maybe like Gollum and his brother before he turns evil, and you could have made it a game like, have you played that game Brothers, I think it is, where there's two of you?
Yeah,
like they could have done it like that, and then his decline and then fighting over the ring.
I know who you're talking about. Yeah, I don't think it's his brother. So I'm a Lord of the Rings.
Sorry, not brother.
I think it's just his mate. Yeah, it's just his friend, wasn't it? Yeah. My Lord of the Rings nerd came out then. I was like, I have to correct that. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah.
Isn't it Schmeagol and Deagle though, or something?
Deagle, yeah.
And they're not brothers, were those names?
No, not brothers. They're friends. Yeah, really good friends. He used to be a Hobbit. Well, he's a Hobbit, wasn't he? Yeah.
Just by chance, they've got names that rhyme.
Well, I think Tolkien probably ran out of ideas, didn't he, at that point? You know what I mean? There's names, look, if you look at the dwarf names, fucking hell, they're all the same, basically, aren't they?
You got lazy. It's like Boomer and Zoomer, isn't it?
Yeah, a lot of Durins in dwarf, but that's because I won't bore you that. Yeah. But there's another game coming out. It's based in the mines of Moria. I forgot what it's called, but it's something of Moria. That looks real good. It's basically, what was that game? It's like a building game. Like you can cave into walls. You can build. You can
Minecraft.
Yeah,
Fortnite.
Yeah,
Oh, I know what you mean. You're a dwarf. Are you a dwarf?
Yeah.
Oh no.
What was the game that came out recently that you could like build in? It's like a vampire game or something. I don't know. It's one of those, and that looks good. I'll play that. I'll play that.
Lord of the Rings like licensed, is
Yes.
it?
Yeah. And then what else was confirmed? There's some new Lord of the Rings films that are like soon to go into production at some point. What else? There was a Lord of the Rings RPG, I think, confirmed. I forgot who's making it, but again, that's a couple of years out. But yeah, so there's just no. It's really rare to get a good Lord of the Rings game.
The thing is with Lord of the Rings, because Tolkien's not here anymore.
What's it done, mate? Is that on camera?
I don't know. We'll have to check.
How embarrassing. Sorry, guys. We get banned. It's banned on.
I don't know.
This sofa proper fucking uncomfortable, isn't it, mate?
What's that?
This sofa's uncomfortable.
I quite like it.
I feel like I need to.
Go in the corner a bit. That's it.
Right?
Yeah, I quite like it in the corner. I forgot what I was saying. Yeah, the thing with Lord of the Rings is because Tolkien's not around anymore, and the new content, you can only do so many games based on those books, can't you? Whereas in League of Legends and other things, you've got writers writing new things all the time, or other novelists that are popular writing new books and stuff. There's only so much you can do.
Yeah, I thought. Did you play the Harry Potter game?
No.
It looks fine though. I think just need that, but for Lord of the Rings, like Middle Earth. Oh my god.
Well, they did what do they call it? The Warner Brothers game. That was pretty good, wasn't it?
What was that?
Battle for Middle Earth. What was it?
Unreal. Game. They're like RTS's games. That you're thinking of
the action one. That's the orcs are really funny.
War
for Mordor or something.
Yeah.
War of Mordor.
Shit. Yeah, basically that, where you play as I forgot the character, but it's like it's just not accurate by law though. That's what annoyed me. Yeah, it's fine. It was fine. It was absolutely fine. But then also you're trapped in Mordor. Like I want to explore the whole of Middle Earth. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it was a bit grim, bit dark greys and browns.
Lord of the Rings Online is basically that. You can go anywhere, but like it
came out at a similar time to Warcraft. World of Warcraft. It was never going to do well, was it? Really, it wasn't as good as World of Warcraft.
RPG. It'd be so good, so sick. Middle Earth is so much to explore.
Give Square the license. They'll do something good. Final Fantasy style Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never had a good experience with a Square game.
Haven't you?
No.
Have you played the old Final Fantasies or tried them?
I've never played any Final Fantasies.
You should try the 7 remake. That's good. Yeah. Because the remake's good. It's not really an RPG. There's numbers in it, but it's an action adventure.
I think I saw the Marvel game and I was like, nah.
Yeah,
that looked terrible. Yeah.
Good chatting about games, by the way.
Yeah.
Chatting about esports much.
I know. Yeah. Do you ever go to one of the? I think some of the people at Hot Drop went to Brighton for. Is it Develop? That's it. Yeah.
I've never been to that, but I've got a few friends, former colleagues in the industry that go and they like that event.
Yeah, and I think some of us are going to Gamescom too, which is obviously like another big gaming one, isn't there?
Gamescom 2.
Fuck off. That's such a loser joke.
It's just the way you said it. It sounded like Gamescom 2. I've never been to a Gamescom.
Have you not?
Well, they never really. The only esports thing they had was a few years ago when PUBG was new, and it was one of the first PUBG esports. That was quite an interesting thing.
I guess you're right. It's super game generic, isn't it?
It's games industry. Hot Drop. What percentage would you say is general games industry, the work you do, compared to esports?
Heather will kill me if I answer accurately. It's a good split. It's a good split. That
is a PR media trained answer.
That's a good split.
Well done. You won't get in trouble for that.
I used to work at as like once every year whenever the polling things were, because my mom was like quite close to the council. They'd always hire her as I forgot what the role was, but I would work on the polling stations, and we had like a PR written question answer. We always had to, like, if anyone comes in and goes, "Oh, has it been busy today? How many people have you had in?" We always had to say it's been steady, and that's what always makes me laugh. So yeah, that's what I go. We've got a steady mix, Dom.
That's a safe answer, isn't it?
Steady, because it means nothing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. It could mean steadily slow.
Yeah. It's just because we'd have people representing their parties come in and be like, want to know, engage how the turnout. They're naughty. And then when we did the count, you'd have a representative of each party looking over you, trying to see, because they could see who's ticked what, and they'd get like a rough number. It's like, well, if you wait 10 minutes, guys, it'll be announced to. Do you know what I mean? Why are you trying to get the answer before? It's funny, isn't it?
Did you go to TwitchCon, or have you been to one?
I don't go to TwitchCons. It's like creator things are just not my vibe. Do you know what I mean? I feel like you've got to have a certain thickness of skin.
I think you'd be a good creator.
No, I don't know, man. No. Creators are, it's a different world, isn't it? I'm friends with loads of different creators, and I think they're all lovely people. But I think creator on creator, and as I'm not a creator, I have a great friendship with them. I think creator on creator friendships are quite weird, and I can't speak on it too much. I'm not a creator, but it seems like it's just a lot of false, falsifying things.
When you've done a few streams of things which I thought were entertaining.
Now, I don't be a creator.
I've got to be honest, right? I've thought in the past I could have done streaming if I was a bit younger and this and that. But then the other week I partnered up with I did some Red Bull contested content at the Scotland LAN, right, in the Scotland Fortnite LAN, UK's first big Fortnite LAN. And on the day of the event, Saturday, Red Bull put a tweet out, and the guy who was behind it, a well-known Fortnite guy, said, we're opening up co-streaming. Anyone can co-stream the event. Just make sure you put Red Bull in the title or whatever, Red Bull contested. So I thought, oh, this is good. I'm kind of partnered. I'm sponsored to do content around it anyway. I'm going to stream it. And it was fine. But when I got to like the 3 or 4 hour mark, I was really flagging. Yeah. And I was thinking, I had a newfound respect for streamers at that point.
It's a skill. It's a skill.
Beyond, when you get beyond 3-4 hours. Because if you think 3 hours, even sitting down to play a video game, unless it's the best game in the world or I'm a bit addicted, 3 hours is kind of a point where like I feel I'm all right now.
I'm not. I've never been like that grinder though. I've always liked. Yeah, I don't know. My head hurts and I get thirsty.
World of Warcraft was the one game that I could just keep burst through it. But look, a football match, 90 minutes plus the intro or the analysis is going to be whatever it is, 2-3 hours, and then you move on to something else. Yeah. So I had newfound respect for streamers that do it full time, especially, or you do it 3-4 days a week. I can't do it.
It's funny because when I play TFT with Kin and when he's not streaming and when he is streaming, totally different, obviously. Because I feel like as a streamer or content creator, you have to keep speaking and keep going and keep.
It's engagement.
I just can't do that. I can't do it. Yeah, because you just it knackers you out, doesn't it? After a while. So there's a skill in it for sure. I just don't think I'd mix well in that world. I think it's like Hollywood, isn't it? It's like Hollywood. It's like esports Hollywood in the sense that like I don't know. I think it's a bit. Yeah, everyone's out for their own self, which is fine, as you should be, I think, to a certain degree. It's just when I interact with creators as myself, it's great because I'm not competition. I'm not trying to do what they're doing, so you can have a good conversation with them. But I think in the creator world, I don't know, it just seems everyone's a bit fucking...
A lot of people have their own personas. I was talking to someone about this the other day. I interviewed... a cosplayer who lives near me, where I am in Suffolk now, and she won the cosplay tournament at Norwich Anime and Gaming Con, which is kind of local to me. And I interviewed her for the site. I thought it was a nice win, and I was there covering the day with it was my son's first gaming convention, so it was a fun thing to do. And she said it was kind of like a persona. It gave her a lot of confidence. She was someone, she said, that didn't have confidence, but this stream character, she does Fallout cosplay, so she's Vault Girl, right, and Nuka Girl, and that gives her confidence, like the pictures on Instagram, and then she, when she does the streams, she dresses in cosplay.
Got you, okay.
So it's created this confident thing, and I think for a lot of streamers that is the case.
That's interesting at putting it, yeah. I think it's like a different world that you enter for a little bit, isn't it? Yeah. I don't know, I think maybe I'm being super pessimistic about it all, because I think obviously it's a great field to be in, but I think it's very, just kind of got to be a bit fake here and there between it all.
Right. Yeah, that's fine. We're kind of wrapping up.
Yeah.
If you give us 30 seconds a minute, we'll be out.
It's okay.
Sorry.
It's all good, no worries.
No worries.
We're kicked out. We're being kicked out.
Kicked out by... UK content creator, social media and journalist, kicked out by EA at Copperbox Arena.
Production team's coming in right now. Should we fucking scrap them? How should we end it, mate?
Just thanks everyone for watching. Like, let us know if you want more. Like, we should do a monthly thing, Nate. We should put it in, because I enjoy chatting to you, and we just go all over the place. Even just talking about games, like what games we're playing, I quite enjoy it. But any final words from you, Nate?
Shout out.
Shout out to shout out.
I don't know.
Shout out Nathan of Hot Drop, of course, shout out to Hot Drop. Myself, shout out. I won't shout out Esports News UK because it's just me and Hannah and a few others at the moment. But thanks for watching, everyone. We'll be back with more Boomer and Zoomer, hopefully soon. I'll see you in 4 or 5 months.
See you in 5 months, guys. Bye bye.